All right, so the second shape we're going to talk about in 7.4 is the rectangle. So this will go on your rectangle sheets. So by definition, a quadrilateral is a rectangle if and only if it has 4 right angles. So if all 4 of the quadrilateral's angles are right angles, this is considered a rectangle. Okay, so it doesn't matter the lengths of the sides. If it has 4 right angles, it's called a rectangle. There is a property that goes along with rectangles, okay? And it's covered under the rectangle's diagonals theorem, okay? So it has to do with the diagonals of the rectangle. So it says a parallelogram is a rectangle if and only if it has congruent diagonals. Okay, so if I have this rectangle here, pardon my drawing. Okay, if I have this diagonal and I have this diagonal, sorry, A, B, C, D. If this is a rectangle, then AC is congruent to BD, okay? If it's not a rectangle, then these are not congruent. All right, let's look at a couple of examples, okay? Let's look at example 1. So it says in rectangle QRST, which is drawn here, QS is 5x minus 31. Okay, so QS is right here. It's 5x minus 31. And RT is 2x plus 11. So RT is right here, 2x plus 11. We want to find the lengths of the diagonals. Okay, well, like we just said in this theorem here, the rectangles diagonals theorem, if this is a rectangle, which it's telling me here it's a rectangle, then the diagonals are congruent. So if the diagonals are congruent, all I would do is set them equal. Okay, so 5x minus 31 equals 2x plus 11. So now we've taken a geometry problem, turned it into an algebra problem, so let's solve it. Subtract 2x on both sides, I get 3x minus 31 equals 11. Plus 31, plus 31. I have 3x equals 42. Divide by 3, I get x equals 14. Okay, now we are not done because the question wants us to find the lengths of the diagonals. So I'm going to take this 14 and plug it into either one of these. It doesn't matter which one I plug it into. I'm going to plug it into this one. So 2 times 14 plus 11, that'd be 28, plus 11, which is 39. So the diagonals are 39 units. Guys, you could have plugged this 14 into here, and you would have gotten the same thing as well. All right, so let's look at example 2 now. Now, example 2 has an A and a B. All right, so let's look at A. We have a picture here of this window. Okay, it says you are building a frame for a window. The window will be installed in the opening shown in the diagram. The opening must be a rectangle, okay? Given the measurements in the diagram, can you assume that it is? So I want you to think about this question and then answer it. All right, so we're shown this. All we know is that both pairs of opposite sides are congruent. We know nothing about the angles. So no, we don't have enough information to say this is a rectangle. All we can say for sure is that it is a parallelogram since all we know is that opposite sides are congruent. All right, now let's go to B. it says you measure the diagonals of an opening. So we take a tape measure, we measure from here to here, and it's 54.8 inches. Then we take a tape measure and measure it from here to here, and it's 55.3 inches. Now what can we conclude about the shape of the opening? Okay, so because the diagonals are not congruent, we know it is not a rectangle.